I love Danganronpa. I love Danganronpa 2, and I really like Danganronpa 3. I fucking hate Danganronpa 4. Now, before I have any of the nerd weebs say, this isn't Danganronpa 4, this is Master Detective Archive Raincode. It's Danganronpa 4. So, let's talk a little bit about what happens when you make sort of a spin-off, right? Most times, you kind of already know going into it that it is a spin-off, right? Take, for example, Phoenix Wright. You have Ace Attorney 1, 2, and 3, and Apollo Justice 2. Then they did Miles Edgeworth Investigations, but they still kept the Ace Attorney tagline, so you know it's in the same series as Ace Attorney. It's featuring Miles Edgeworth, a character from Ace Attorney, but the tagline Investigations, right? That shows you it's going to be a little different, and it is. It's kind of more like a point and click. There's no trials. You kind of do everything right there on the battlefield, right? But you're not going to say, well, that's the future of the series. No, you kind of get the point. It's a spin-off. Now imagine if the next Pokemon game wasn't called Pokemon, but rather it was called Poopumon, right? And instead of all the Pokemon you know and love, instead there's little turds that you get to go around and catch. And it plays exactly the same as Pokemon. I've never seen this before. Like, if you have, give me an example, I'm curious. Where you have the same publisher, right? Who has made a popular, immensely popular series, got multiple entries, and then they say, how about we do the exact same thing, but we label it different and make it worse in every way? So if you have no idea what I'm talking and you didn't play this game, and maybe you are a fan of Danganronpa, I'm sure you're thinking, oh, what a pleasant surprise to hear it's pretty much Danganronpa 4. That's what I would have thought. I was wrong. Now here's my YouTuber, but what really is Danganronpa anyway? Sure, at the end of the day, it's a murder mystery, right? You're a detective somewhat, but you're still solving a case. However, if you've played Danganronpa, you know it's all about atmosphere in that game. When you do a Phoenix Wright trial, like, anything could happen. It could take place in an aquarium, and it could be the guy that you talked to at the very end. He could be the one who did it. All right, whoopee, great. With Danganronpa, you're trapped somewhere, whether it's a beach or a school or another school, and you know that whoever killed this person that you've most likely grown attached to is someone in this group that you've also grown attached to. So you're very much into the concept of these characters, the atmosphere, and figuring out now what made them snap. The problem I have with this game is that the atmosphere is weird. This game is bizarre. That's like, it wants to be bizarre. That's what it tries to do. But like, there's good bizarre, and then there's bad bizarre. Danganronpa 1 is bizarre, think of it. You're locked in this school, right? Your headmaster is a giant stuffed animatronic teddy bear. Things can kill you at any point. People can kill you at any point. The class trials are wacky. Like, it is bizarre, but it's also sensible. It's the fact that they give you a rule book and they say, we're never gonna violate these rules. You always know that there's going to be a logical class trial where even if you're playing these mini games, you're still essentially talking one-on-one to maybe a witness or the killer himself. You see this part that says, discover the mystery labyrinth? That ruins the game. Mystery Labyrinth is Bizarro World. It just is. Nothing makes sense there. And you may think, oh, it's cool, like it's atmospheric. It doesn't, it's not real. You're taking a logical detective game where you're trying to solve a case and actually think it through, and then meanwhile, the ghost girl has big titties. My problem isn't the fact that it plays exactly like Danganronpa, like literally. This is Hangman's Gambit in Danganronpa, and this is also Hangman's Gambit, but we're gonna call it something else and we're gonna make it 10 times more creepy. Sure, in Danganronpa they had mini games, but they were just more so as like, Professor Layton has puzzles, you know? Like, it's a gameplay element. It doesn't take you out of it. It's not like in a Professor Layton game, you do the puzzle and then all of a sudden, they're in Bizarro World where Layton's stroking himself off. No! The ghost fucking did that like 10 minutes ago. The best part of any detective game, in my opinion, is when you actually figure out who did it and you confront them. Like in Phoenix Wright, and they have the breakdowns. And you're just able to get that satisfaction of, I got you to admit it and I did it. Go me. The same thing in Danganronpa. Here, they're not real. So who fucking cares? Hey, look, I broke down the fictional guy. Whoa. And guess how it's solved in the real world? They just die. Like, that's it. At least when you have, like, the Bizarro world in Persona 5, right? It makes sense. This is their cognitive thought of, like, how they perceive themselves. I get it. And then when you beat them, they have a change of heart, so you get to see them atone for their sins, and it's just a gay old time. Here, nah. They died, you never get to see them again. You don't really get to feel proud of what you did. It just sort of happened. Now let's talk about our main character and his sidekick. They both suck. Listen, if you like anime, sure, whatever, but good lord, why do I always see the same fucking main character trope and main big boob lady trope? It is the worst thing ever, where your main character is the most incel, like, gee, I don't know what's going on here. I'm so worried. And then the other one's like, I'm a whore. That's the joke. Would you like to see my tits? Get it? They're really big because some creeps overseas made them that big. They're the worst characters. Like, at the end, where they do the comic book, like from Danganronpa, the whole time the main guy's like, so this is exactly what happened. And she's like, I'm so fucking horny, pussy my finger. Like, I genuinely feel like the biggest degenerate in the world playing this game. Like, I kid you not. I just want to solve a fun mystery. I want to put on my, detective cap and pipe and solve, hey, who got murdered on the train, right? Nope, instead I gotta feel like a complete fucking asshole when I throw the spears in the barrel and then she just comes out and making like the most seductive pose ever. Oh, good, because if I'm not jacking off every 5 minutes, why the hell would I play? But you may be asking, how is it a bad game? Easy. Who cares? In Danganronpa, you're working towards a goal, which is trying to escape. And you know that if you don't escape, you're gonna die. You're gonna stay there forever, or the killer's gonna get away. Same thing with Phoenix Wright. The person you're representing, they're fucked. Here, there's no stakes. Like, sure, there's times where it's like, if you don't solve them, they're gonna think you did it. And it's like, oh no, I better go to Bizarro World and, clear my name. But so fucking what? I mean, in the literal tutorial case, I did that and I come back and they still didn't fucking believe me. Where the hell where's my satisfaction? Where's my, like, I did that? Look at them all, like, shiver before my might. No, it doesn't exist. I can name you so many times in Danganronpa where there was a moment that happened where I just felt like, oh, fuck. And it really happened, not just because of the excellent writing in those cases, but because it actually felt like I was there talking with these characters and I figured out who did it and they're genuinely scared out of their minds. Here, they're not real. When you play Persona and you go into the cognitive world, you know you're going to have a direct impact based off of what happened. So when they say a monologue to the, like, shadow version, yeah, I don't care as much, but ultimately there's gonna be that scene where they confess, and that's what you're working towards. I'm not really working towards much in this game, so for that reason, I'm out. But hey, maybe you are a total loser that likes Bizarro shit. In that case, you'll fucking love this game. I'm sure you're gonna look up the Shimigami on Rule 34 later. Have fun.